Alright guys, it's great to be back once again on yet another journey into the world of esports games and gaming, and it is the AfroGamer Show. Another beautiful weekend awaits us, and yes indeed, we've got all the juiciest stories to serve you on the show today. I'm excited about today's show because it's loaded. You know, I said loaded last week, but trust me, what we've got on the show today is much more loaded than what I called loaded last week. So you need to keep it locked here on AfroSport TV to enjoy the very best of the next 20 plus minutes as we take you on the journey into the world of esports, gaming, and the games. My name is Shaya, I'm your host. We'll take a short break. When I get back, it's straight into the news segment where we'll give you all that's making the rounds in the world of esports. Alright, welcome back. It's still the AfroGamer Show, and yes, it is time for the news, and let's get straight into it. Let's start with the Arab Esports League, and that's not because we want to take a foreign story first, but just because one team from Africa did us proud out there, the Arab Esports League that just got concluded in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Morocco yet again, and there's something cooking in that country, if I must say, that we all need to be wary of as Africans. Morocco did Africa proud. Two titles were competed for in the men and women's category, in the male and female category. That was in Tekken and eFootball, male-female categories, but only Morocco stood out as a country from Africa amongst the Arab nations that got to win something, and that was in the male side of the Tekken title. So Morocco clinched that one, so congrats to Morocco doing Africa proud at the Arab Esports League. Other winners, which were other Arabs, it was in the Tekken female, it was Kuwait who got to win that one, and we saw in the eFootball title for the male, it was Bahrain that were the champions, while for the female, it was Jordan that clinched that one, talking about the Arab Esports League. Let's move away from that, and the third season of the eFIBA Esports Championships is upon us. It's a big one. It's a big one indeed when you look at where this particular tournament started from. I remember when the first one was put out in I think it was 2021 thereabout, and now we're just going into the third season, and the countries that are getting representation from Africa continue to increase on the bill. This time around, we have 17 African countries participating in this one. The 17 of them will slug it out to see who would be the African champion that will qualify for the grand finals later in the year. So 61 nations in all, but 17 from Africa will be participating, and we see our own Nigerian flag there. We're only waiting to see the team that will represent us, their preparation, and see what chance we have to actually be champions of Africa, talking about the eFIBA championship, esports championships. Don't forget the season 2 was won by, guess who? Morocco, just like you guessed. Yes, Morocco won the second season of the eFIBA Esports Championships, which means they're first on our radar for the team we want to knock off the patch. Then we can now consider the other ones like Egypt, Algeria, Kenya are also in the mix, and it promises to be an exciting one. We'll serve you all the gist on how it progresses, our preparation as Team Nigeria, and how well we do if we have a chance to be in the grand finals eventually. And that's it on the news segment, because like I told you, I've got some guests in the house. It's a loaded package. Let's take our retro for today. I'm talking retro. This one is called Contra. And guess what? Before it was sent to me as part of the content for today, I never had a clue about this. And that's the beauty of the retro segment. It reminds you of something that's been and some things that were there even before we all understood what esports is. Let's catch Contra on the retro segment. When we get back, I've got some fantastic guys in the building. They just got back from Morocco, where they represented Nigeria, so they are national athletes. I'll get to chat with them on the other side of this retro. Alright, welcome back, guys. That was the retro segment, and like I told you, I'd never seen anything about that contra before, but now I know. And yeah, it starts in my own archive too, as something that used to be, and maybe they can bring it back, just maybe. Welcome back, guys, and like I told you, I've got guests on the show today, and we'll be talking about their experience. We're talking about different things, you know, their journey in the world of esports, and I'm always excited to speak to gamers because, like you know, they are the protagonists, they're the main characters in this game of esports, gaming, and indeed the games. Today on the show, I've got two amazing guys looking all fly with the steez and the, you know. I've got Ayodeji, also known as Nexus, on the far right, on my my far left, and to my immediate left is Kwila. So Kwila is your name, Kwila is your gamer tag. How you doing, man?
Something great.
So first of all, let me cast you guys, in case people in your area don't know, you just got back from Morocco. What did you bring for the boys?
What did they keep for us when we're going?
That's a good comeback. But it's great to have you guys on the AfroGamer Show. Let's first talk about your journey in esports. Individually, when did your journey start as a PUBG? So by the way, you guys play PUBG Mobile.
Yeah.
When did your journey in PUBG Mobile start? You tell me yours, and Nexus can tell me his too.
I started late 2021, but like I was a kid then. This guy, I don't know if you know him, Jesse, public figure. Jesse found me. I don't even know how Jesse found me. I started playing PUBG because of my brother, but my brother quits now. Jesse found me. I was in Unsolid Army for like a year, like under Jesse. Like I wasn't that popular in the community. Yeah, I was just playing for fun, play some scrims. No tournaments. I wasn't good enough to play tournaments then. Then changed some clans, went to Upper 6, Temi, went to 21st Century. That's when my career became serious, under Arab. Arab, baby. Then I was still a sub player then. Wasn't still good enough. Then this year, I went to RSG first. I went under RSG, had a bad tournament, we fell off, and then he found me.
Great, so
basically rookie.
So
I found the golden boy.
All right, thanks. I'm sure your own journey is longer than his. So tell us about your own journey in
I started PUBG
esports.
about like 5 years ago, but just me a classic
Before
player.
COVID?
Yeah, before COVID.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like a year before COVID. So at some point I started like I was just playing classics only, like just playing for fun. I didn't even know there were so many Nigerians playing this game. I thought it was just only me playing PUBG in Nigeria. So but at some point I met few guys. White Breed, Wipeout, Outsider. So those were like the real OG in the community. So I started begging them, let me play with you. But then I was bad at the game, so no one accepted me at some point. I joined this same JSA that found him then. So I was like one of the oldest Unsolid Army best player back then because we won the CO Season 2 with Unsolid Army. So I left there, played for my own team, Ungodly Sports. Left there to played for LSG, and that was in 2020. So we played
Leko?
Yeah, Leko. I won Leko with LSG, and I was the best player in that tournament too.
Great.
Yeah, so from there, that was when I started feeling like, okay, now I think I'm the best in Nigeria. I got the cool now.
So let's talk about your experience in Morocco now, representing Nigeria. How did you feel on that stage? Because I know all the athletes were on the stage during the opening ceremony. How did you feel? You know, from where your journey started from 2021, 2019, thereabout, to now, what was that feeling like?
It's a great feeling. Aside from the fact that like it was kind of like a huge burden, like carrying the country now.
All of us, you're carrying all of us on your head.
The money did here one. Also, we still can't think of the higher side or like that place where we say with the goal, say we never reach. But then it was a great experience. Yeah, like representing the country feels very, very good. Like good is understatement, but great is even like we understatement. So like it was a great feeling. I can't even express it.
So apart from the personal feeling now, and I'd like Kwila to answer that.
Okay.
From playing here online, I'm sure you played some physical ones like what we'll talk about later, NPL. What's the difference between what you saw in Morocco and what we've been doing here in terms of tournaments?
The caliber of teams playing, the opponents. Here, I can have fun. I can play around here.
Your seriousness was
I can play around here and I'll still cook. There, you have to be you have to be tuned in. You have to you have to analyze. You have to do a lot. Here, you have to do that, but then we're growing. We're not as good as the international stage yet. But we'll get there. I know we will get there.
We definitely. We don't have a choice. We're Nigeria now. Nigeria, they carry last. But talking about carrying last, we definitely were not last. But our performance didn't get us the ticket, did it?
No, it didn't.
It didn't get us the ticket, but it's all good. It was a worthwhile experience. Let's talk about potential African countries that we see as biggest challenge at the moment in PUBG Mobile, based on your experience from Morocco.
Algeria, Morocco itself, Egypt, and that's all.
So we're saying the North Africans are the biggest.
They're like the strongest.
Strongest.
And that's because they're actually like they're used to everything.
Yeah, they're more developed.
Internet, everything. Even though like you can work and still play the game over there. You can focus on the game while working. But in Nigeria, you can't really do that.
Okay.
You understand? So more like the Northerns, they're actually like stronger than.
Totally understandable. Well, we'll keep upping our game and getting better, and we'll see where we go from there. Let's talk about Invisibles now. That's the name of your team. And you guys are getting ready for this weekend, the big one, NPL Season 7, with everything that comes with it. Let's talk about the journey with the Invincibles. When you joined, how has it been from then till now, and what's the future holding for you guys?
Okay, I joined the Invisibles about 7 months ago, and that was like February this year.
Yeah.
On that, I'm actually on a contract with them.
Okay.
And it's been great. We've been performing because I qualified for the IESF tournament in Morocco with the Invincible. Finished second in the MPL Amatans, please, I guess, and other tournaments too. We've been doing well. I had to like bring in my old players, like even like try to like change the way I play around them, but so far so good. It's good. And about the future, I don't really have much to say about that. Let's see what happens tomorrow. Because
you might just be on another team. That's exactly what that means. But I'll come back to you. I know off air, before we got on, you said something about, and I'm not going to cast your age, which I doubted, but I'm beginning to reason it now that it might just be true. It might just be true, but I'm not going to say what the age is. But let's talk about that generation and the potential that lies in that generation that can be tapped into by Nigeria as a nation, and definitely for us to achieve greater things with the challenge the North Africans pose. What do you think is the best way to connect your generation to the potentials and the opportunities?
Right now, there are a lot like me playing my age bracket. Yeah. What I think is teams to give them opportunity, because it's the same thing I faced when I was coming up. He's a kid. He's like, nobody took me serious. Yeah. Before I met him, like they weren't taking me serious. Before this, last year, this time, I wasn't even a starter, and now I'm representing Nigeria. Like in my team that I was a sub player. Yeah. Like they didn't take me serious. He's a kid. He can't like. So what I'm saying to Nigerian teams, take the kid serious.
Look at that, your camera, and tell them.
Take the kid serious. For cooking.
It's very important. It's been a pleasure having you guys on the show, and I wish you the very best this weekend in the finals of the NPL Season 7. That's it on this segment. This is the Spotlight segment, and it was great talking to Ayodeji, also known as Nexus, and Kwila, also known as Kwila, the two amazing guys on the show today. We'll take a short break. When I get back, the big guns will be let out, and I'm talking some big shots from the guys who are in charge of the NPL itself. We'll be right back. Welcome back, guys. It's still the AfroGamer Show, and yes, like I told you, we'll let the big guns out on the Game On segment, and that's because something big is happening this weekend in the beautiful city of Lagos, Nigeria, and it's the final of the NPL Season 7. It's live, it's everything, accelerating, it's bumper-packed and action-packed finale that everyone is getting ready for. On the show today, I've got Rio, the General Manager of 10 and 8E, and the NPL itself. And of course, we've got Priest. Is everything. They even said he's now Tinubu. That I have not ascertained yet, but I'll do my digging. Gentlemen, it's great to have you on the show.
Thank you so much.
How's it going?
It's been good. It's been great.
Welcome back from Morocco too. You were the coach of the guys in Morocco. Let's talk about that experience. Riyadh experience, which was a global tournament, this is African. Comparison, what would you say?
Well, I wouldn't like to compare because, you know, this one is a finals event. The other one is a regional qualifier.
Exactly.
So I wouldn't necessarily say they are the same. But the experience was somewhat similar, you know, to how the tournament was managed, how it was organized. I felt a little bit of Riyadh in there as well, you know, when it comes to physical events. You know, and PUBG Mobile is like their peak tournament. That was the last game. That was the final game of the final. So everyone was converged, you know, at the tournament ground, and it was amazing. It was an amazing experience, honestly. I wouldn't like to compare them, but if I was to compare, I would say the Saudi Arabians just have a little bit better. They just did it a little bit better.
But I like the fact that we must commend the Moroccans. I think they're mirroring 100%. The Saudi bumper to bumper in terms of execution. I saw the pictures and it was beautiful to see. Was there enough food like Saudi?
Yes, I would say yeah. I would say yeah.
I would say yeah. I know how you felt.
Yeah. He was there. So you know, round table.
Yeah,
round table.
Okay, let's leave that and talk NPL and the man himself. It's good to meet him. I'm meeting him for the first time. I've heard so many things about Rio and the good work he's doing with the PUBG Mobile community, especially. Rio, it's good to meet you. Good to have you on the show. Let's talk about NPL season 7. It's great to see 7 seasons, and it's great to see that you guys keep topping the performance year in, year out. Tell us about the journey and where we're taking this with these grand finals.
Okay, thank you so much. First of all, NPL started in 2018, and since then, players have been competing for bragging rights. It's all started just for fun, you know, teams just competing against themselves and playing for fun. And there was no prize pool attached. I love to emphasize on the fact that there was no prize pool attached to NPL
so that's
when we started. Yes, organic interaction, organic interest from the players. They all love themselves. We're like one big family. Everybody knows everybody, you know. So if anything happens, we resolve it within ourselves. It was jungle justice everywhere. So but then again, we started growing the brand. We started pushing, and we started making friends with some other African regions. You know, we started coordinating with the South Africans, with the Ghanaians. With the Zambians, Zimbabweans, and all of those other guys too as well. But eventually, we are here right now, the 7th season. Every single season, like you said, I've always been an upgrade from the last one. So this particular season, season 7, is a huge upgrade from the season 6, because for the season 6, just to put that into context, we had like 100-man LAN season 6 somewhere in VI, but right now we're having 1,000-man LAN season 6 with so many sponsors and partners. To season 7 with so many sponsors and partners. So that's how far we've come with the NPL. But then again, it's also been a very, very long journey for the players. They've been winning every single step of the way, every single month since March this year. They've been winning something or the other from 10 and 18 for the mini tournaments too as well. So there are 2 different seasons before you get to the grand finals. We have the rain split and we have the Hamatan split. So the Hamatan split obviously comes before the rain split, and the rain split, you know, is this particular stage before the grand finals. But then again, it's also to get the players tuned to the Nigerian weather, the African weather, because what we see is the Winter Olympics, the Summer Olympics, and all of that. So we have to promote our Hamatan and also our rain too here in the country. So yeah, we are here, and that's the journey so far. I'm just so glad to be a part of this journey. So glad to call those people my friends, my family, because some of my very, very good friends I've met them through this same journey as well. So yeah, we're more like a family. So I don't really see it as a community. I see it as a group of people, friends and families. Yeah. I
know that is you. Yeah. Because the people that just left
Kwila. Yeah, they are the players. Very competitive.
Let's talk about the prize pool now. And it's good to see, like you said, I love the fact that it was bragging right first. And like I said, that's organic. Anybody who's playing, you know, doesn't care about the money. It's about the love and the interest that you've built within the community. Let's talk about now it's capital-based economic reasoning. Let's talk about the prize pool and who gets what in terms of the positioning for the teams.
Okay, so we have a total of 2 million naira prize pool for the NPL Season 7, and it's been split into different stages of the game.
Okay.
For the grand finals, we have 1.6 million. For the Amatan split, we had 200,000 naira. For the rain split, we had 200,000 naira. So that's all.
Something to
like before because it's a very, very long tournament. It's actually the longest tournament in Africa. You know, currently ever. Like, there's no tournament, there's no particular game that can engage people for 6 months, and their interest will still be there. But for the MPL, these players started so passionately. The energy just keeps growing until the grand finals, and they do this every single year, rinse and repeat. So we're just trying to build that culture, because we feel like if it becomes a culture, if it becomes a lifestyle, then players will begin to see a career path in this, not just waiting for, you know, 1 or 2 tournaments. We want to turn it into like a very long league where, you know, there are transfer windows for players to switch teams and all of that, to make it into a full ecosystem.
And I like the fact that you mentioned that, and we were privileged to meet with, I think you were in, I saw one of the pictures, maybe you were there too. We met with Lucas Zeng from Tencent.
Yes.
And I met him with Priest too. Priest, let's talk about that. And I know we said some things, but that's behind the scene. Now we are here live, and maybe his colleagues and other people within Africa, beyond Africa, would say it. What exactly is that thing missing in the PUBG Mobile community in Nigeria and in Africa that needs to be corrected by these guys to understand that, hey, you're missing a gold mine in Nigeria?
Well, like Rio said, you know, we are at the stage now where we're building the ecosystem, and we want it to sustain itself, you know. And for the first time, the NPL, this is going to be the first PUBG Mobile event that's going to mirror what I saw in Morocco and what I've seen in Riyadh. This NPL is going to mirror that. That will be very impressive for Tencent to witness, because we are probably going to be the first country in Sub-Saharan Africa that does something like this and puts it out there for you to see. There's other regions that are hosting LAN events for their countries, you know, like Mauritius. But you're not going to find their tournaments online, because they are just very focused on keeping it inside of their communities, inside of their countries. But, you know, Nigerians, we're not like that. We like to do show.
Now we know.
We like to show.
Now we know.
If you can host this in O2 Arena, trust me,
let's do it. Let's do it.
We'll be there, you know, that type of thing. So that's the energy that Nigerians have by default. So that's exactly what we're going for, you know, big scale, big showing, you know, invite your friends, invite your family. NPL is this Saturday. And it also stems into that, because it takes me back to the first time Rio and I came together to pull something together. That was Leko, you know, and Leko was, tell your friend and family, let them come and see you play. You know, I think someone's mother or father was with them there, and she was overjoyed seeing that her son won something.
Absolutely.
That is the same culture we want to now make it larger. Now bring your friends and families, more of them. Let them see that there's more of you. You know, the prize pool stems down from 800,000, 400,000, 200,000. Touches everyone. Level, so it goes down, you know. So you know that, oh, okay, next time I'm going to come for the bigger one. I'm going to win the next time it comes around. You know, my parents now, they see me, they see that
it's
on TV.
Beyond
they see that
leisure.
I'm popping, you know, because I can speak from experience. My parents, they didn't really look at what I was doing until I showed up on Super Sports. That was when my mom said,
now show them Afro Sports TV.
Exactly, you know,
exactly,
you know, exactly, the exact same thing, the exact same thing. So that was what changed the game. When my parents saw me on Super Sport, because they watch Super Sports every other day. So when they saw that, oh, my son's on Super Sport, my mom didn't rest now. She was outside. Has your son been on Super Sports? Has your own son been on Super Sports?
There we go. There we go.
That kind of thing. So I feel that these players need that same exposure to take home to their parents, and I think NPL will give them
make that happen.
So yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to this Saturday. So that's why we need to, you know, I think that's what Tencent and the rest of the world needs to see. That, yeah, there's an ecosystem in Nigeria that they can invest in. There's players, there's teams. You know, we're talking about teams creating their own jerseys, creating their own branding, merchant, you know, all of that. So they will not do this if they didn't believe. You know, there's a lot of resources that go into creating something like that. You know. And now we're starting to see that, organizations are taking notice. They're taking, you know, plug to the fact that PUBG Mobile is very big. It's the biggest competitive game, you know, in this region. And the Moroccans, it's the same thing for them. PUBG Mobile was their grand spectacle. They went all out. You know, that was their #1 game, and it was very, very intense for them because they qualified by the skin of their teeth. You know, the other regions that were there didn't want them to go. Didn't want them to make it. I'm going to be real. You know, because they're tired of the North African domination.
Exactly.
You know, that type of thing.
Exactly.
So yeah, So that's what I'm saying, you know. Hopefully Tencent and the rest of the world as well is going to see, you know, look out for the NPL this Saturday.
Okay, so it's first come, first serve basis. Don't forget registration validates your attendance. Gentlemen, it was great having you on the show today, and definitely we'll get to chat more and chat a course for our esports ecosystem on the Nigerian scene and indeed in Africa. Thanks for joining us, guys.
Thank you so much for having
All right,
us.
guys, let's take another short break. When I get back, it will be time for the closing sequences, and we have something interesting to wrap up the show with. You don't want to miss that. Alright guys, welcome back. Yes, and it's the final lap of the show. It's been an interesting show today, catching up with the guys from the Invincibles, Kwila and Nexus, and of course Rio and Priest coming through from the 10N80 team to discuss the finals of the NPL Season 7. And you don't want to miss that, you know, cosplay, the arcade games, those are interesting things you want to enjoy, and it sounds like a family, something you can create with a family outing, and you may just take that opportunity this weekend to unwind at the grand finals of the NPL Season 7. As we go on the show today, you know, as always, Game Over always gives you that lovely twist to things, and this time around we've shown you the guys who played on their neighbor's wall, we've shown you the guys who played on the walkway. This one decided he doesn't want to make it public, and he decided to play on a ceiling. That is our Game Over for the show today. I'll catch you guys next week on yet another interesting edition of the AfroGamer Show. My name is Shayo. Catch you guys. Bye for now.
What are you doing?
Playing.
On the ceiling?
Yeah. Look,
Wow, that's so cool. How did you do that?
I got this mini projector.
Oh wow, where did you get it?
Yeah.